Hey everybody, Superfluous J here, playing more Kerbal Space Program, and we are landing? Okay, we're landing in Cydunia today, and the way orbital mechanics works out, it's actually going to be daytime. I also think it's going to be next orbit, but I don't have any proof of that other than a gut feeling. So Ogen Kerbin, who is our scientist, is going to land one more time. He's taking this thing down with him just into the atmosphere, and then he's going to dump it because it's just a bunch of crap we don't need. So we're going to eventually undock. There we go. And we're going to switch to Ogen. He's going to get all the science that he doesn't actually need. Oops. We're going to control from here because I think it's going to probably think that we wanted to control from the docking port, but I'm wrong. We're going to hit... actually, let's go ahead and plan our landing here. Trajectories, my favorite mod currently. Yeah, kind of looks like we're probably going to be over this next turn. Let's go ahead and right at our apoapsis. No, right at our apoapsis. We're going to add a maneuver to slow down. I like the big nav ball, but I'm starting to think maybe it's too big. We're going to slow down, and then we're going to go up. And what we learned last time is we don't really need that much leeway. Like we can maybe not right at it, but we can go, if I could do this with any sort of precision at all. Maybe a tiny bit more. Yeah. I think that's perfect. Let's mark this with occasion with an F5. Let's now turn on T, aim at this maneuver node, which is a little crazy of a maneuver. Ideally, the extra reaction wheels here are going to help us hold steady while we do this burn. It's a 10-second burn. We're probably going to start about 5 seconds early just to get us into the atmosphere, and then we will ditch this and then keep burning. So let's go ahead and warp to our maneuver node. All these extra reports that we just do not need. Our solar panels aren't in the sun, but we're not using any electric charge, so we should be fine. The warp is kind of slow, but I don't really mind it right now. Okay, let's get down to about 5 seconds before. Yeah, I just have to wait until our... Okay, we're not going to hit the station. Wait until our periapsis is below 50. I don't remember what the atmosphere is, but I think it's 50. It's definitely below 45. So let's go ahead and aim retrograde. Decouple this. Then aim back at the maneuver node. And be done. That is terrible. So let's go ahead and aim normal. Let's aim anti-normal. I'm gonna do my best to get this. Although, wow, that looks perfect. Let's go ahead and hit F5. Assume that is perfect. Let's go back. Let's add a stage like this. Jeez. It's not letting me stage. Did I hit L or something? Oh, I'm in map mode. Wow, that's something I forgot. You can't stage in map mode. That's how long it's been since I've tried to stage in map mode. That's crazy. Okay, I don't even know how I managed to go that long without staging in map mode. Okay, we got these stupid looking decoupler things here, but that's no big deal. We're aiming retrograde. We're going to go into surface mode. We are going to go ahead and do some warping here. Let's get ourselves down to the atmosphere first of all. Yeah, it's definitely the atmosphere. I wonder who wrote the Book of Love. No, I wonder... No, I can't see the piece of debris. So, oh well, we'll deal with it later. Okay, that looks perfect, which is nice. I like perfect. Let's go ahead and warp ourselves down to this thing. Again, I'm shooting for within 2 kilometers, ideally within 1 kilometer of the target. I don't really see that being a problem. Cool how Ike is like peeking over the horizon at us. Wish the ship was a little bit lighter, but oh well. Sometimes you take what you get, not what you not what you want. Okay. What are we looking at here? Definitely want to start slowing down. And the parachute should already be set for, yeah, maximum. Might as well do the full spread angle. Something I forgot to do last time. Looking like we're coming in a little bit to the right. So I'm going to aim a little bit to the left. Okay, that's going to have to be good. The parachutes are safe to deploy. And I think we should deploy them. And yeah, this is going to be kind of garbage. Although we're 5 kilometers away right now. And we're 4 kilometers up, so maybe we're not as bad as I think we are. Yeah, the spread angle doesn't seem to help because they're not on with symmetry. But yeah, we're gonna be too far away. It's really hard to get there and back. I'm gonna try. I'm not gonna quick save or anything until we're back at the ship. But I will try this. In my testing, though, 2 kilometers was a little dodgy. And I think that perhaps 4 is going to also be dodgy. I could possibly do a hop, too. But a hop won't have the benefit of the parachutes. I mean, I could see it. That's the thing. I can actually see it on the side of the mountain there. Okay, we're going to aim ourselves down the slope. I think I'll turn the engine or the computer on. We've got 3 grand of delta V, which is a lot. Okay. Four kilometers. Jeez. Okay, let's go ahead and try this. Now what I'm doing here is I am committing to trying this. And I'm committing to it to the point where I'm gonna have to quick save in order to not fail. Wow, and I'm still gonna hit the ground here. Maybe. Yep. Okay, try again. I'm basically just giving it full thrust up here and hoping that hitting the ground at 40 meters per second won't kill me. Now we should use a little bit less fuel on the way back because we're coming downhill. But we also have a slightly better chance of dying horribly coming downhill. But we're already at 3 units of fuel. I just do not see this working. I mean, I could walk it. And I might end up just doing that just to not have to do this all over again. So yeah, I think I might use the fuel until we get down to like half of a unit. And then walk the rest of the way. Which is crazy, but, you know, sometimes crazy gets the job done, right? That might be a rock we can sample. That actually might be a rock we can sample. Let's see if we hit this rock at 40 meters per second. Well, hey, we got the anomaly. Oh, there we go. Okay. Turn the jetpack off. Let's actually look at this thing. Yeah, he's not going to be able to get on there without looking at it. And we've all seen it before. I'm not gonna do too much work here. Looking at this thing, it's one of the uglier anomalies. Looks like a mix between Bart Simpson, the aliens from Mars Attacks, and something I can't speak about on a PG-13 channel. So let's go ahead and check that rock out. We'll fly over it. Why not? I'm not going to waste the fuel trying to get back, but we'll fly over it. We'll check this rock out, we'll check that rock out, and then we'll... this will tell us if the rock is solid or not. If we hit it, we're not going to actually hit it. This is too big to do a sample of. This might be, at best, one that you scan with a rover here. And at worst, it's just whatever you call it. Scatter. Okay, let's go ahead and run over to this one. I'm not going to make you watch this. So I accidentally time warped. I thought I could start physical time warp, and I can, but I did regular time warp, and I'm not 100% sure how much time has passed. I'm curious once I load the video. Maybe I'll put that as a overlay, text overlay. But the sun flipped around a lot, and it's now nighttime. So I don't know exactly where we are in the timeline now. we have entered a new dimension here, another dimension. I don't exactly. There we go. No, see, that's regular. There we go. That's what I wanted. I guess you have to be stopped. walking in order to turn on regular time warp, which are non-physical time warp, which is really weird, or physical time, whatever it is, the abnormal one. But yeah, it says here the T is 206 days. That might be how long Ojin has been on the surface here, which is a little scary. This is definitely something. Let's see. Take a surface sample is wrong. Pick up. Blueberries. Those are red berries. Got 144 science for that. Let's keep it. Now let's back off here, because we don't want to do the weird thing where you... You don't want to do the weird thing where you climb infinitely through the air. Okay. We have to keep a little bit of fuel to not crash and die. We also need some decent forward motion here. We have previously determined that 40 meters per second is safe. We've also previously determined that Ojin has no problem ragdolling across the surface. So we're going to use some of our... I mean, every time he hits the ground, that's basically saved fuel. Think about it that way. You're doing it for the greater good of the mission, Ojin. There we go. Okay, we really can't do this much more, which really sucks, because I'm going to be having to... I'm going to have to run a lot. Okay, we're at 0.5 fuel. I'm just going to let him hit the surface. We're going to do 2 jumps, and then the rest I'm going to run. And I can't run at time warp because the ship is now in my physics window. So this is going to be a very long run, and I'm going to do it. And then I'll meet you when I'm back at the ship. Okay, well, the good news is I can play a game on my phone while also controlling a Kerbal with 2 fingers on my left hand. So we've got, we're finally back. We've only been outside for 206 days. I'm assuming that's what that means. I'm not 100% sure, but it doesn't really matter. We're in the Twilight Zone now. So let's go ahead and hop on the thing here. We got 0.8 units of fuel. We are ready to get back into orbit someday. It's actually not too bad. All we got to do is let our position get underneath here. But I mean, this was at dawn when I started warping, and now it would be midday, which is crazy. Instead, we're going to launch midnight. It's just the way it is. Let's go ahead and... Why can I not set this as a target? There we go. Set as a target. I'm not sure what this extra little thing around it is. I've been noticing that lately. It's probably a bug in the game based on... with all the mods I've put on this thing. But let's go ahead and launch it here somewhat reasonably towards our target. Actually, the landing gear down might be a good thing. I don't know. But when our apoapsis gets high enough, we're going to start probably now. We're going to have to get a decent amount of sideways velocity without diverting from prograde too much. We should also be in orbit mode, even though we're still in the atmosphere, because we care about our whether or not we're lined up with the target. That's going to give us a good yeah, that doesn't tell me what I want. I was hoping that would tell me target stuff and not just orbit stuff. Whoa, our apoapsis is 60, which isn't great. It's below this, and it's also going down quickly, so I think once we get up to... oh, that's not what I want. I was hoping it would show me my altitude. Once we get our altitude up to, let's say 30, I I think I can start burning just straight old sideways. And other than the science in here, we don't actually need this ship. Ojin could return to the mothership on his own. The only reason we're going to actually try to get the ship back is because how's our descending node? -4. That's not great. The only reason we actually care very much about the ship is we're going to transfer the fuel back into the main ship. Not that it's that big of a deal. And what do we got here? Are we out of the atmosphere yet? We are. So I should be slowing down, turning trajectories off because I don't care about it anymore. And I guess we'll do it right at the apoapsis. Oh, we can't. That's annoying. I guess we're going to hope we get a signal? No, we're not going to get a signal. Okay, we're just going to have to get into orbit then. If you burn down a little bit? No, up a little bit. I guess it doesn't matter. There we go. So now, at our ascending node, we're going to want to go anti-normal. Assuming we don't get a... We should have a signal any second now. Unless, I think we might be too far from Kerbin, which is a little ridiculous, but oh well. We'll just have to do this the hard way. It's actually pretty good. Prograde. That's been better. Radial out. I'm just making this up as I go along. Nope, radial in. Six, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, it's going back up, so I'm going to leave it at that. And let's go to our descending node right here. And we'll do normal, and then the rest of it will be according to the target. But I want to warp to it. Oh, we're in the atmosphere. Huh. Well, it's... luckily, we're in the extreme upper atmosphere. Because, yeah, that's just the way it's going to be. We shouldn't lose too much of our orbit, because we're, like I said, in the extreme upper atmosphere. We've already got crew report, sorry, a EVA report from Duna's upper atmosphere, but this would be a great time to get it. We'll be out in 100 seconds here. Time warped up. Don't need the trajectories window. I keep forgetting to close that. But what else do you expect? Luckily, we don't have any time-sensitive things to deal with here. We are out of the atmosphere, which is nice. What is our encounter? 1.1 kilometers. We still don't have a... maneuver node ability. So we're just going to go to our descending node and fix it. There we go. And then we'll go target retrograde. Perfect. 1 second burn in about 2 minutes. I don't know why you all were thinking this mission was going to fail. I knew for a fact it was going to be fine. Other than the fact that it looks like we're probably going to collide with the station here. We got such a good... connection here that we are going to crash. Okay. There's really no sense... Well... Yeah, I mean, the sun's going to rise very soon. So let's go ahead and get in the sun here just so we can see what we're doing. We're not going to wander that far away from each other. Okay, let's go ahead and control from here. Aim at our target. Then set this as our target. Control from here. Aim at our target. Pretend we don't have a big... oh my god. Oh my god. I dumped all the fuel into the... I dumped all the fuel into the atmosphere with those other fuel tanks. I dumped all the fuel into the atmosphere in those other fuel tanks. Yeah, that's a thing I did. Because I turned on the pump level. Their pump level should have been 13, but I think taking them off and putting them on might have reset their pump level. And then he pumped all his fuel into them. And now it's burned up in the atmosphere. I don't accept that. I flat out do not accept that. I'm going to find out how much fuel I would have had, and I'm going to hyper-edit it back in because I don't want to deal with this anymore. I'll be right back. Okay, I had 722 liquid fuel and an equal amount of oxidizer in here. So I'm going to do my best with hyper-edit to change that, or to add that back. Miscellaneous tools... Liquid fuel 722, and I'm gonna round down to whatever it can be. 709 is probably fine, and then a roughly equal amount of oxidizer. There we go. I have now cheated, and you've all seen it. And deal with it if you have a problem with that. Okay, let's go ahead and continue the mission here. RCS is already on, so we can. Oh, let's caps lock. Get this thing aimed here, get a little bit of forward, and that should be fine. Yeah, I'm not gonna send a rescue mission for that. That's just that's just ridiculous. I understand what happened and why it happened, and I'll know to look for it in the future, but I'm not gonna pay the price now. Okay. Get these two together, get all the science transferred, and then we can worry about our return trip home, which is nice. And we can transfer also the fuel in this into here, which actually I should bump his thing down to 7. Might as well turn his pump off as well. Yeah, this is like a perfect connection. Turn the computer off. Turn your computer off. Oh, you're already on. So let's go ahead and RCS off. Let's turn the pump on. On. And on. And let's also balance. Balance and balance. And you know what I'm going to do? I'm actually going to turn this down to 7. So all the fuel goes into this, and obviously this fuel right here is the mistake I made on this. We'll not only will we not have as much liquid fuel as we had before, and as much oxidizer, we'll waste this too as our punishment. Okay, so Ojin, you are going to transfer yourself. Let's first of all make sure most of the science is in here. 104 science is in here. There is going to be science in here At least I think there will be. Yeah, apparently there is not any science in here, which is weird. But I'm not going to complain about it. The important thing, though, is that the science is in there. So let's transfer Ojin back into the regular ship. We are going to enable staging on this. We're going to fix all this junk. Where's this? This is this guy. We definitely don't want to stage him. We want to be able to stage him at a whim. And then all this stuff is fine. In fact, I'm going to do this. I'd rather accidentally stage these parachutes than this. Is there anything we want to save off of this guy? I don't think there is. I really don't think there's anything worth saving unless there's something in his inventory. Nope. Okay. So let's go to Astrogator. My inclination is too high. It needs to be below 30. So let's make his inclination below 30. I don't think there's a better way to do it than just do it. It's only a few degrees. We can't... so let's aim normal. Yeah, I'm thinking Kerbin must be on the exact other side of the sun or something. Let's actually check that. Yeah, Kerbin's on the exact other side of the sun. That's why we don't have a signal, which is annoying. So let's just do this here. Right around, yeah. Yeah, we've been out a year and 129 days. I don't know what that is as far as transfers are concerned. We're just gonna do a big burn here. And actually, the advanced orbital info might be, yeah, our inclination is 30.0. There we go, 29.6. That's within parameters. Do we still have fuel in these tanks? We should probably stop these engines, I just realized. Shut down and shut down. There we go. And we're not getting accurate information. And we're also, pump is on. Oh, this guy can't be set. This guy should be 6. There we go. And this is actually out of fuel, which is fantastic. So we can now toss it aside. Let's go ahead and aim, let's actually aim retrograde. It did not toss aside, which is annoying. So we're going to undock. Then we're going to aim normal again. There we go. Just to make sure we don't get anywhere near it anymore. Okay, now we're going to use Astrogator to go back to Kerbin. 288 days from now, we can't make the maneuver node. I wonder if he watches this. Do you watch this? I think it's Hebrew Sand on on the forums. Do you watch and see that I did this? Because I didn't report that as a bug, even though I should have. And you obviously saw it. Anyway, let's go ahead and time warp until we do get the ability to make maneuver nodes. I'm pretty sure we should have. There we go. We have a signal now. We should, like I said, we should have continuous signal. I think literally the only reason we didn't have a signal is because we were behind the sun. So now we can use this Astrogator to Kerbin. Let's go ahead and create the maneuver 283 days from now. It is a 606 meter per second burn. This is annoying. This happened to me in my testing too, and I don't know why. I think it's all the different jiggling and jaggling I did. Yeah, we don't have any idea how much meters per second we have, but we have a full tank, and like it's thousands of meters per second. So the game just doesn't know what we have, and that's fine. We'll just live with the fact that it doesn't know. Also, go ahead and hop out here. Let's go into I mode. You take this and put it on top so that we're balanced here. Okay, so it's a 3 minute and 50 second burn. Our engines are at full. It's in 283 days. We have nothing else to do, so let's hit F5 and warp to it. And we can kill this Kerbin Duna window here. We don't need it anymore. The only place we're going is Joule. Start burn now. Well, let's aim at it. Let's control from here. And let's start the burn. Yeah, see, it's like not telling me that the burn time's going on. There's something seriously wrong with this ship after it does all the stuff it does, and I just don't know what that is. We could throw these away, I guess. It would save us a tiny bit of meters per second, but really, like, look at how low our fuel's going down, and this is one of the major burns of the return. So it's not like we're in any danger of running out of fuel here. I mean, I didn't look at what this window looked like. Frankly, I don't care. I just want to get these guys home, and I'm willing to go through any machinations to do it. But let's see what our burn looks like here. We are doing it. Whoop. See, we're already there, according to this. Let's go ahead and kill this, and then see what our orbit looks like. And we do have a maneuver, a 494 meter per second maneuver here to presumably get us an encounter with Kerbin some other place. Where is Kerbin? Oh, there it is. Focus on Kerbin. I guess I can do it here. Yeah, see, we don't have an encounter here right now, which is potentially problematic. What does this burn look like? It's mostly normal. I think we were intended to encounter Kerbin here. Let's go ahead and set Kerbin as our target. Oh, it is already our target. Yeah, it doesn't actually tell us a close encounter, which is annoying. Oh, there's our encounter. It's, yeah, way the heck out here. This isn't too much more burning. But yeah, the problem is we're nowhere near where we want to be. So let's aim prograde and burn more and see what happens here. Yeah, because we obviously need our orbit down nearer to Kerbin's orbit. And then, yeah, this is... How close are we? We're getting closer as I burn. 298, 297. Looks like we're maxing out there. So now as our mid-course correction, it's going down and it's kind of stopping. It's probably going to go down until the descending node gets to Kerbin. Yeah, and then we're going to have to... That's making it worse. So that's making it better. That's the way orbital mechanics works. And then we... Oh, wait. I was going to say we lost our closest approach, but that's not correct. We gained an actual encounter with Kerbin. So now we have that. This is what we got to work with. 210 meters per second. In spite of all the red, we have it. And the burn time is, once again, exactly 3 minutes and 50 seconds, which is kind of weird. So let's go ahead and try to make this better here. So what do? We fiddle. Slower makes it worse. Faster makes it better. Radial makes it better this way. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And I should turn this up a little bit. There we go. And then normal to bring it up. That should be fine. That should be even worse. There we go. 48 kilometer periapsis. I don't know why I'm being so persnickety, but I'm going to be. 75. There we go. So that's what we're going to do in 168 days. I'm going to skip this next Joule window. If I was playing by myself without talking on the internets, I would be more annoyed that we lost our encounter here. But I'm going to do this burn anyway because it said it would do it before. So let's just assume that it's right. Or at least it's really close, and then we can do another mid-course correction to tweak it. But I mean, based on the fuel usage and what we're having here, we should have like $2,000 in the tank right now. Maybe $1,000. Oh, it's going up. So okay, stop here. We still don't have an encounter, which I'm going to say is annoying. So if I add a maneuver here. Yeah, something's wrong. Are we not controlling from the right place? We are. It's just something bad happened. This is crazy. I literally have no idea what's wrong. I mean, obviously something's wrong. So if we add a maneuver here to slow down. I'm just going to do this the old-fashioned way here. We're going to take 20 years to get home. That burn, like, was not in the right direction. I need to stop assuming the game is telling me the correct things. I need to look at how we are here and watch how the orbit changes when I burn. Okay, so I'm here. You know what the problem is? No, that's not the problem. Let's just aim retrograde. We are aimed retrograde. That's bringing our orbit down. Okay, that's what I want. I'm just going to do this until our orbit gets here. And I can also burn anti-normal here. I'm not going to pay attention to any of these markers. I don't care about them right now. Okay, now I'm going to aim anti-normal. Luckily, we have way more fuel than we need. This right here is a good reason to bring more fuel than you need. I think I'm just going to get the periapsis and that the same. Nah, I just decided against it. Okay. There we go. That's about as good as we can expect. Okay, now, if I put a maneuver node here, where does that put Kerbin compared to me? I don't see... Oh, so that's where Kerbin is when I'm here. So that's no good. Wait a minute. Yeah, this is where we are. So if I do this, then it's jeez. Add a maneuver here. Set Kerbin as the target. Jesus. Okay. Now if I go in the future, future. I'm just looking for where our nodes are similar. I'm literally just going to warp to it. I don't care anymore. Wait. There they are. Okay. If I slow down, that makes them both go forward. Okay, let's try this again. Let's do it right after our periapsis. Aha! All I had to do was actually do the slowdown. Focus view on Kerbin. Oh, we're already focused on Kerbin. You know what? I'm just going to do this burn in 229 days. We're going to hit F5 in case it doesn't work. And then I'm going to warp to this maneuver node. It is a retrograde burn, which is what I wanted. Even though it's 5 minutes off, I'm not really worried about that. We're out in interstellar space. Interplanetary space. Whoa, there's our encounter. Okay, let's just get this. Whoop. Okay, we're done with that. Okay, where are we? We're here. Kerbin's there. Let's go ahead and add a maneuver here to slow down, probably. And normal. Periapsis of 500 and some odd. 130. Perfect. Let's warp to this maneuver node. Let's hit F5 and warp to this maneuver node. Can you tell I'm getting sick of this game? Okay, let's try warping to it now, which will ideally be a little bit slower, and I won't cause it to screw up and go too fast. Okay, 30 seconds. That's good. Aim at this node. Why would I do that? Why would I do that knowing it was 4.7 meters per second? Because it's telling me it'll take me 1 minute and 17 seconds to do the burn. That's why. Okay, 113. Now, I wish I had some kind of an estimate of how much fuel I had, but I don't. So I'm just going to assume I have at least 500. I think that's fair. Then we're going to set our periapsis at 35. And hit F5. Aim at our maneuver node, as always, and warp. Yeah, that's what it is. The orbit moves a little bit when you warp, too. So there's definitely some issues with the game. I think we can all agree with that. That's the problem, is I'm being a little too cavalier with my time warps. Sort of the rule of the day is time warps. I'm going to assume that we're under some crazy effect from Cydunia. But hey, 5 years later, we finally see the orb of Kerbin again. Let's go ahead and burn ourselves down. Let's watch our orbit info. Just basically when my periapsis gets to 35 kilometers, I'm going to stop. And there we go. F5 to mark this occasion. Close our solar panels. You know what? No, we're probably... Well, actually, it looks kind of like we might still be... balanced backwards. So I'm going to try to bring the whole thing down, just for the fun of it. But I am definitely going to allow myself to change my mind if it turns out that's a terrible, horrible idea. Because I am not going to redo this mission. Is that seriously Kerbal Space Center? That's hilarious. Got a big overheat coming up on the engine. Yeah. Not going to risk losing anything like that. SAS disengaged. Is that because we have no electric charge? No, it's because we lost our probe core. That's cool. We're going to land like really, really close to Kerbal Space Center. That is kind of hilarious. Yeah, what is trajectory saying? Wait, info, show trajectory. I guess we're going to be fairly far from it, but still, considering we had no aim whatsoever, I think that's perfect. Perfect way to end the mission. Random close landing to Kerbal Space Center. Maybe even in a biome we've never been in. Apparently I triggered the parachutes. Not a big deal. Can do their spread angle. And it'll actually affect them because they are actually set on radially. Don't know where the debris went, but it's not anywhere near us. And a successful quote-unquote mission. I hope you at least enjoyed watching this. I did enjoy playing it as much as I'm complaining. I'm going to be looking forward to not playing it anymore, though, once we finish Jewel and the Comet. But I am Superfluous J, and I will. As always. Regardless of what series it's in. Look at this tree. Talk at you later. And I figured I'd show you. I got $5,000 in science. Not that it matters. We're probably going to make the Jewel ship out of what we have. But let's go through the rigmarole here of buying things we're not going to need or use. Batteries, sure. A probe core we're never going to use. Command pod we're not going to use. Actually, it's not even a command pod. It's the ability to get an upgrade that we're not going to use. On a command pod that we're not going to use. Robotic parts, sure. More structural junk. Engines that we're not going to use. Ion engines that we're definitely not going to use. We might use this nuke. So we might as well upgrade the nuke. High efficiency nuke. That would almost wipe us out, but it would give us upgrades. Just to the nerve, though. In order to get the upgrade to the good one, we would need to spend more science. So that's not worth it, because if we're going to go nuke, we're going to go with the big one. Better SRB? Sure. And then that's it. Pick that up, too. It's the only one that we can pick up of the stuff we want, because I don't care about all that junk. Okay. Jewel or the asteroid is up next. I'm sorry, this thing, Jedok 1. Looks like Jedok 1 is next. We're going to be launching a ship of some kind, be it a Kerbal or a probe, to Jedok 1. Probably a probe, because I don't want to have to bring it back. I hope you enjoyed watching this. Blah, blah, blah. I already said it. Later.